working on a project, and I would love for you to join me.
Alright, we're gonna try this again because audio is completely off. Completely off. Wow. Alright, so I guess another hour. It's cool. I'm just gonna probably just move this to something that fits the mood a little bit better. So annoying. Now let me readjust that, put that back. Go on orange. It's a better look, I think. Yeah, so I guess we're right back in here. Alright, so another hour. I just scrapped the other video, but yeah, so we started on this one. It didn't have that. I just drew this and this, and there's, I think, 4 more shots, and we're gonna do those. I guess because because all footage is wasted when you have no sound. But we all know I'm no good with audio, so let's not dwell on the past. Woo! Can't tell you how annoyed I am right now, but let's see. Alright, so we're gonna get back in this. I was just gonna finish this off camera. Actually, you know what? I don't wanna do it like that. So I'm gonna take everything. I was debating before if I should maybe just redraw his face or whatever. I don't know. Still kind of on the fence about the whole concept, the whole idea of doing it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just keep doing it this way because it's supposed to be less time consuming. We'll see if it is. If it actually is. Not sure like his eyebrow right there, but let's move it over. Makes a little more sense. I don't remember everything that I was talking about the first recording. I did mention some things about plans, but I don't pre-plan these things. I got the new lights. I got the new USB hub, and I figured if we're gonna do making Magus, we should probably actually show Magus being made, like the process of it being made. This also helps people who may have been wondering, what the heck, I forgot about that. That's anybody who may have been wondering where am I at on the whole project now? Because since I started doing reels on Facebook, I haven't posted much on the Magus Facebook page, and there is a reason for that, but it's not important right now, so let's not dwell on it. But since I hadn't posted anything, I figured, because I had a plan. Okay, so here's the plan. You know, they say don't reveal your plans, just do them. I'm doing it anyway, so it don't matter. I'm going to, I already set it up. I'm going to do reels for the Magus channel as well. So I'm gonna set up the head seems off. It's hairline, that's what it is. It's really thorny. I'm gonna set up. I'm gonna do reels for Magus as well. The thing is, I can't do them as fast as I do them for my own channel. And the reason is simply because I don't know, I can't do them that fast. So drawing for Magus requires a little bit more time. I'll say that. It requires more detail. Like for the reels that I do on my regular Facebook page, they don't require any finesse. I don't know. Like I'm trying to get Magus to the point where I can do single lines. So it requires more time, and it's just because I want it to be cleaner. As far as the reels go on my actual Facebook page, they're not as important. They are serving a purpose. I don't need to really explain that, but the whole thing is they just need to not take as much time, because this is supposed to be taking up a lot of time, or not a lot of time, but it's supposed to take up more. I'm not going to mess his eyes up like that. I think we can adjust his eyebrows on the next frame, but let's just maybe fix this. It don't even really matter, because you can't even see his ear from the distance that you'll actually have it, but little things like that just need to be changed. I don't know. Yeah, so I will be doing reels. I got to get to the point where I can actually, carve out a little time to do them. So as far as reels go for Magus, I probably won't be doing like nude. Well, I might if I got that. If it has to get a follow in, and right now it doesn't have all that. But I'll be. I don't know if I like how that turned out. Whatever. So as far as Magus goes, the reels will be different. They won't be like the stuff I have on my channel. I mean, on my page. It's not dark enough. I don't like what's going on here. Alright, whatever. So like on my page, they're typically like just random things. Currently working on this idea for the reels. If you follow my Facebook reels, you can see them, but it's basically a short film, and I'm just putting it in little pieces because that's all you can do for reels, and that's it's good to help for like times, because that means I can actually upload something instead of how people say they can do stuff that you just never see them do it, and then you're just like, alright, well, no need to pay attention to this guy because he's just full of it. So basically that's all my reels were for, to actually put product out, content. And ooh, his arm's so chunky. it's really tough to get that the way I need it, because I don't really want these lines to be as thick as they are. If you watch like any anime, they have like really thin lines. It seems next to impossible for me to practice, like not practice, I don't want to say practice, but pull that off. I can't seem to get a less stressed out line, you know. I'll just move that and redraw it because I'm not gonna be able to pull that over. Like those lines are fine, except at real size you can't see them, which is fine because that's kind of exactly what it's supposed to be like. I just, when I'm looking at it and animated, I need to see what I'm doing, and it just usually doesn't help to be that thin. But it works in the finished product to have them that thin, which is why I need to just get used to it. But as you can see, it I'm still working on that. It might be too much. You know what? I'll redraw it. I think I could take that whole thing. Now this particular shot here, originally I didn't want to spend so much time on it. It was supposed to be a pretty quick one, and it ended up not being. Like when I was doing the roughs. I can never remember that when I need to say it, but like all aggressive with the roughs. But yeah, the rough portion of it. When I was working on that, I didn't plan for it to be as long as it was. Like I was struggling just to do the roughs the way I needed them to look, and I still don't necessarily love the way it came out, but it still matches the art style. Like this is what I'm talking about, because I sketched the roughs, so when lines don't match up, it's kind of hard to do. Like the whole purpose of doing this layer, this line, the line layer, is to do it in one stroke so that it looks clean, but it doesn't. I mean, like that's one of the things I've never really been able to do, is draw a single line and get it the way I need it. Some of these features in Clip Studio help, but they can't fix little problems that you never really went over. So, you guys gotta fix this piece here. Clear that off of there. We got what we needed. Trying to decide. Nope, you know what? It's good. And I was trying to decide if I wanted to lower this behind his arm. But if we look, this hand is slightly lower than this one, which means it should ultimately show a little bit of his uniform. Let me just make sure a couple of lines are closed, because when I color, I don't want to have to look for them, which I probably still will have to, but you know, it is what it is. I think we got most of it. Alright, so got three of the frames. But his eyes on this one. I'm trying to think, should I move them closer together? think that did it. We'll see. His eyes are really big. I mean, I had to adjust this style, the art style, for not an amazing reason, but I had to change the art style with the eyes because the style is copying after or being influenced by. I want to say copying because I don't do the eyes the exact same way, but I actually can't seem to keep my type of eye that I draw the same. It's almost always different every time I do it. Roughly the same, but usually changed up. But anyway, it's a inspired eye from Avatar. So like the characters, their heads are proportioned like a character, like a regular human, but their eyes are slightly bigger than you would expect. They're anime eyes, and I don't draw like I like anime, not so much so nowadays, mostly because I was trying to avoid subconsciously stealing ideas. So I don't watch it as much as I used to, but I still like the medium. I still use techniques that they use because I watch like other animators and clips that they comment on. So you may see a little bit of stuff like that if you're into like how animation works. But if you don't really care about all that stuff, it's really not that important if you're not interested in it. But it's a little fascinating to me. Like for instance, I'm going to the explanation. But for instance, I was watching what is it? Corridor. Which channel is it? It's the not the React channel. It's not their main channel. It's the one with the vlogs and stuff on it. I don't know if you call them vlogs. Not the vlog channel. They have a separate vlog channel. The one where they do the couch, where they sit on the couch and react. I guess it's not the React channel though, but they do reactions on it. So they were doing Invincible, I think, is what they were watching. And certain things from that series, unfortunately, because they were sort of making fun of it. Unfortunately, I am going to be using, but that's simply because I'm the only animator. And then, but the things that they were making fun of, was the fact that animators, they'll use the same frame for a really long time. Like instead of showing motion, they'll just show the character, and it just kind of look like a cardboard cutout. And you have to do that to a degree when you don't have the time. For me, it's not time. It's well, I mean, I got time, but it's manpower. Because of course I don't want to rush this project, but I don't want to be like 67 and finally getting episode 2 done. You know what I mean? I'm trying not to have everybody waiting forever for it. And I'm pretty sure, egotistical as that sounds, everybody's not out here just waiting. But even still, I just don't want to take forever. So shortcuts must be made. And if one of the shortcuts is holding frames way longer, let me make sure that's actually lower. Oh crap. So annoying when this happens. Okay. This is one of the times that It's like, okay, so this happens occasionally, and I caught it fairly early, but I'm going to try to. Man, I hate when this happens. I'm gonna try to salvage it. Alright, so what has happened, I've started the next shot, the next frame, without, I guess, saving the previous frame. So how to adjust for that? Okay, so I save it now, then I have to go back and re-engineer the previous frame. If I didn't turn the onion skin on to see that the frame before it was way before it, I would have went on way longer. But it happens every once in a while, and it's a pain. I didn't do much changing, so it shouldn't be too bad, but kind of sucks when it happens. Alright, so we'll just line that back up. I think that's kind of all I did. I don't think I did much. I adjusted his nose. That's too far. Is it too far? Way too far, actually. So now we get the other frame. Yeah, I think that's all I did, which isn't too bad. Let me just adjust his hair real quick, and then we can go back over to the other frame. So at this point, his hair would be something like this. Okay. And then here we have the hair. We have to move his beard in. But yeah, what was I don't remember what I was talking about because of that stupid incident. This speaker, that's gotta be the next thing I buy. Doing it again. Alright. Definitely need a new speaker. I'm like moving the camera and everything. Worse. Anyway. Let's see. Alright, so he's looking kind of down a little bit. Make sure I'm on the right frame before I start messing with stuff. Alright, so we'll have to bring his beard back. Hairline back. Okay, not what I'm going for. Undo. Alright, so take it a little slow. Dip down. Almost, but we can adjust off of that. Clear that out. Clear that out. Whew, I am. Rage is building with this dang on speaker. I don't know if it's gonna show up in the final thing. What I do know is my rage is gonna show up in the final thing, so stay tuned for that. I could detail up his beard line a little bit more. Here's the thing about this shot, this particular shot. It's not, I don't want to say it's not important. It helps sell the next shot because I can't show any gory details. Well, I mean, that's what people want nowadays, so I suppose I could show it, but I'm just, this is not exactly designed for rated R stuff. I'm not looking to be the next, what did I just mention? The, what's the name of that cartoon? Invincible. I mean, close. People like Invincible. I haven't seen it, so I'm not going to scoot that one out. Okay. Actually, I need to scoot them up just a little because I need to have space to move them in the next shot, the next frame. Alright, so. Alright, that kind of do. Alright, so let's see, we go back. Now we gotta move his beard in because it was a frame and we need it to look like he moved his head down. Yeah, do them. Well, that's not too bad. Alright, so move that in. Oops. That'll do. Cut that off of there. Reconnect that. Get that. Now, one of the things about this shot that I don't like currently is how long it takes. It is not that big of a deal for a shot, but he's an old guy, so he has wrinkles. He's not even that old in this shot. I'm putting way too much effort into this stuff, but I mean, it's kind of necessary. This part kind of annoys me. And the reason being, I think I mentioned it in the other recording. But it was annoying me because his head is moving forward, but his ears are not. And it honestly wouldn't even matter to anybody else, but because I'm drawing it, I can see it. Like, his ears aren't even in the right spot either. Like, they're supposed to be further down. They are rotating, but they aren't in the right spot. So let's fix my stress by adjusting. I'll just redraw all that because it took many lines. Trying to match the thickness. part. Get close to it. Oh yeah, gotta. There, and then the loop back is too close to see. I'm gonna dump that off. See if we can look a little closer because I can't see what I'm doing. Alright, first, let's actually make it a little bit bigger. Then move it down. Alright. Then we're gonna clear this so it's not distracting. Match the thickness as much as possible. Good enough. Okay. There. Looks like his ears move with his head. So his chin moves in a little bit more, or it just moves to the side. Okay. So this one, was kind of interesting. Okay. So what we'll do, deal with his head first. Just a slight movement. So we got. So we're just gonna take his whole head here. Now, on the next shot, not the next shot from this flashback sequence, but when I get to the other shot, the next back in real time shot, I think I'll be using the techniques that I've been using for the reels. It helps me get them done a lot faster. But that has to do with the roughs. So with this one, I did all the roughs first, the first pass, the rough pass. But it was more like a roadmap and less animating. Basically just still frames of where I wanted it to go. I mean, slight animation like this. You can see the rough pass is just like really spread out frames of what I want them to do. And when I was doing it, I was like, okay, they're spread out. I can do in-betweens later with more when I start to do the detail. And, you know, I did not on some of them. So that's what happened. And I think instead of doing that next time, what I'll do is I'll just do the animation. It just won't be detailed. So it'll be the full movement that I need as opposed to just a guess. And then I'll before I go to the arms and fix that, I'd like to adjust this. It's little tiny things when I'm doing this that be like taking forever. be making things take forever, but as far as like the overall, I don't remember what I was getting at, but the purpose of the roughs, it was just for me to kind of see what I was doing, what the direction I'm headed. It also helps with, man, the big leap, huh? Alright, the roughs help with the direction that I'm going, but the way I do reels for Facebook, they take way less time as far as like mapping out the direction when I use like the scribbles and stuff like that. So I'll probably do that. Small movements make it sells the image, sells what you're trying to do. Okay, keep that shoulder the way it is, or try to. I'm gonna move his hand. This is why sometimes I like to just redraw it. I have no idea why, but it gives it a more organic type of look. More often than just copying and pasting. What is that? I'm looking at microscopic stuff. Alright, so I moved the arm up. I'm about to close that. And I don't think that gap was big enough to be an issue, but still close it anyway. And then what we're gonna do, probably just trim that down. It's still connected, that's cool. Purpose for that is to kind of demonstrate muscle tension, because I'm not allowed to do like over detail for his muscles. The crazy thing, okay, so the art style that I wanted for this, I'm saying wanted because this is not my normal art style. This art style was a somewhat happy medium between what I wanted to do and keeping it like looking somewhat decent. Because initially I was thinking I was gonna just draw it the way that I would normally draw it, putting the same effort. But when you're animating, you gotta remember, you're gonna be drawing the same characters a whole lot, multiple times, and you need to be able to duplicate their look. So I tried to pick like an art style that was supposedly simple, but still somewhat anatomically correct, so they look more human-like. Like, I didn't want to use the scribbles because that's fast, but it's sloppy. And I didn't want to overly do the details, otherwise I would still be on episode 1 on the first shot trying to get everything right. So I chose this. This is not my typical art style, but I can work with it. He's holding that for him for a long time. Wow, he really tucked his head that much. Oh, okay. This makes it a little difficult ain't too difficult. I have to do foreshortening type stuff. That's one of the things I just don't particularly love to do. I'm gonna have to redraw his hands anyway, but it's fine. So let's do that. Let's go to the next frame, right? Make sure I got it. And so that's his eyes. All this has to be redrawn, sort of. Let's see what we could do. Man. I try to do anything I can to not have to redraw stuff all the time. But it looks like I may just have to redraw the eyes. Maybe. Yeah. That's alright. I'll do it. Sheesh. Alright, I'm gonna keep the eyebrows though. Did not want to have to redraw those and get a bigger eraser. This may be alright. Because like I said, when I redraw stuff, I tend to get a more organic look when I'm going through the animations. Way too thick. Alright, so here, clear out the mustache too. I need some space. And since I gotta redraw his hairline, might as well get rid of that too. I'll probably keep his mouth. Let's see. Gotta shrink it a little bit. Nope. Get rid of it too. Okay. There we go. Boom. You know what? Let's use it because I can't delete it for something, you know? Without deleting the whole line, and I don't. Alright, that's that back, and it looks like this. Too far over. So if I go here to adjust this, to be up a little bit more. Actually, I don't hate that. I need to fix this though. I actually kind of hate this mustache. Yeah, it's better. Oh, I think I like that. What was that? Yeah, I can work with that. Alright, so now we just have to adjust his outer beard. But you can probably just move that in again. How's it going back down? Alright, so it's too much. As far as this side goes, I think that. Okay. Alright. Sorry about going complete silent on that. I had to get some focus in, but well, I thought I was gonna. Well, I'll keep his eyebrows. I'm just gonna move them down, but I need to do his ears again. I still like that. I don't. Almost redrew the whole head basically, but his beard goes back. So let's move this. Oh, hey now. So get the ear in a little. Oh my, where that is. Make it a smaller version. That one kind of worked. This is a little ugly, but whatever. No, no. That and just roll. And just bring that sort of in. Now, if I try that line, then that means it's. I think that works. I'm just get rid of this. Stretch this. Oh, that. Stretch that back up a little. Move these eyebrows because it's distracting. I also need to turn this off because that's also distracting. But eyebrows down, expand. Maybe a little bit more. It should be sort of right on top now. Maybe not so furrowed though. They are sort of distracting. They don't like curve around his head. They work sort of. Just to keep his eyebrows similar to what they need to be. I don't want to change them too much. I think that's alright. Alright, so we got let's fix this. I think this could go up a little bit. Almost. Alright, so now we have to address his hairline. That, and I think, oh wait, whoa, what's that? I think we got it. Oh, I got the other ear. So the good thing about redoing the ears, they match, but the problem with it is not a good thing. I have to just deal with the fact, because I'm not going back to do everything, but I just gotta deal with the fact that the ear just won't match in the previous frame. Happens. Oh, let me fix this. Not the line I'm gonna jump over. Keep. Okay, so see, previous frames, his ears are really dark. There is a way to thin the lines after the fact that they're drawn. I just don't feel like trying to research it right now and finding it. I've only seen it. I've never had, well, had to use it, just didn't, and I should have. What is going on here? Clear that up there too. Because I'm going to see those later. I actually don't know why they're on there. That was drawn in one stroke. But since they're there, let's get rid of them. Like I thought it was. Looking at. Looking at this. Ah, that's what they from. Okay. Well, anyway. So, this part gotta do the hands. These are very small adjustments, but they still need to be done. So, just gonna get rid of that. Big eraser. Alright. I'll tell you, I hate doing hands. I actually think these are gonna be a little better though. Than the initial roughs. So, bump. They're still a little off. Trying to decide, should I think I do need to adjust that. Oh, you know, okay, it'd be something more long. No, still don't got it. I've been trying to figure out how that would connect. So we're just gonna connect it. Oops. Zoom in a little bit to get that off of me. Okay. And for what? Just cut that off. Alright, so oh, I hate that. Okay, let's just cut it in a little bit. I hate this finger, bro. You're about to just hide it. See, I don't want to put so much detail on that knuckle. One, not even the right detail anyway. Like, seeing real-time struggle with this. I hate hands. This angle is torturous to my brain, man. Straight torture. You know what? I think it's for the future, John. I think for the future. Okay, so to talk myself up a later with this stuff. Jeez. So the part that I'm fixating on for some reason is actually not as important as you'd think. At least at this point in time. In order to do what I'm thinking in my head, which I can't seem to draw, I would need to use shadow, which I'm not even close to that portion yet. So it's on me why I'm focusing so much on it. But yeah, so let's see, where are we at now? We're gonna clear these. Clear that. I can keep that one. And can keep that one. For some reason, this is a lot easier to do from this side, which is kind of the reason I need to figure out how to do the flip. The canvas flip. Ooh, speakers doing that whistling thing again. That sort of works. Ooh, hate that. There it is. Alright, so let me just go around and tidy up little things that we changed or messed up when changing stuff. Like these. No need in doing multiple lines if we could just send it all the way across. We got. We can probably adjust this. That works. Alright, so what else? I think we're good to go to the next shot. Yeah, this little thing here. Let's see. Collar, armpit. Since some of these lines are really thin and others aren't, I'm like trying to decipher what needs to be done. I wasn't going to redo that, but just trying to make it match a little bit. Let's see what's left. Just that. Seems this would be a bit further. Alright, I think we can go ahead to the next one. And I think that was the last. Okay, so what we do on this part, I gotta adjust his eyebrow. It's not working for me. I thought his head was at a more of a tilt, but it's not. I think that does it. Okay. So normally what I'll do, I'll just turn off the thing so I can see it play out. Turn this on. So, okay. So if this is the final frame, then that means I can do this and do what I wanted to do with the brows. So that way they're gonna be there, but what's missing? I don't want to overdo this part, but oh, let's redo that. Like, how do we want it? We want, before we do that, we're going to actually move this over here and then duplicate the final frame. Oops. Such a small little detail, but doing this animation now gives me the option to add more frames later. Not more frames, more shots later when I edit, because I can actually, here, I think I want this closer. What I can do is, actually, you know what, I like where it was. I can take this shot and crop it to get a close-up of his face later, and that'll be a whole nother shot, but it'll save time on drawing. It gives me an extra shot to work with. So little small details like that, even though not initially visible, I still work on them because they give me options to do like more shots later, which I was heavily debating on not yesterday, earlier today, yesterday. I was supposed to say yesterday. It's 5 o'clock in the morning right now. But I was heavily debating on it if I should do blanking on what the thing was. Oh, if I should edit the first episode. Since I haven't aired it yet, I can't add B-roll in it to make it extend. It's just gonna require a bit much, because I don't know if anybody remembers, it's been a minute and I don't think the video's up anymore, but I did mention that the first episode is really short. I mean, like, crazy short compared to how long I thought it was going to be. I knew the first episode was going to be shorter than the other ones. I just didn't know it was going to be that much shorter. So, it is pretty short. I do also, I think, sound like that little kid, the red shirt. You know, they do it. But yeah, so the episode, I can't add to it. I can find some stuff to add to it, crop some shots and maybe do some B-roll to throw in. I was debating on if I wanted to, because the first episode was kind of I don't want to say test run, but it was kind of okay, so with the first episode, I did the whole entire episode in one, not one sitting, because it definitely didn't take that. It wasn't like that, but it was in one shot, what do I call it? One timeline. I'll just call it a timeline. One timeline. So when when I get to a certain part, I'll just save it, open it back up, work on that same part. That's fine when you got like a team, because whatever you're not working on properly, somebody else could be fixing, and it's all in the same timeline. And then you'd have somebody designated to those jobs. Where with me trying to just complete the first episode, because I already knew the first episode had no major fighting in it. It's got this brief flashback sequence, and the fighting is nearly non-existent. Like, you don't, like, you'll see it, but I wanted to do more as far as fighting, even though at this point in time when I was doing the first episode, I hadn't even experimented with doing like fight scenes, which is what brought me to doing the Facebook Reels. So what I ended up doing, it was a good talking color. I think I was just working in orange. We'll move up to like a yellow green. There we go. Okay. I don't know. Doing what I can work with here. Anyway, I was working with the first episode. I was trying to get it done. I hadn't done any like fight animation. I've only watched videos in the process of learning it, and hadn't actually tried it. So I started doing the reels, testing it out to see what it's gonna take. Kind of getting an idea of where I wanted it to, like, like how difficult of a time did I want to make it. There's still some stuff that needs to be done as far as planning out shots for fighting, but I think I'm kind of getting a grasp on it, and the reels that I'm working on right now will help with that and let me practice some of these moves and stuff that I want to do. So yeah, that's where that's going. But the first episode, I ended up not trying as hard once I started going, because of how everything was set up. The whole full timeline of the episode, I had the full episode's dialogue pre-edited and brought in so that I can animate to the dialogue. Again, that's not a terrible way to work if you have a team. With me by myself, that type of method is just overwhelming, so it makes you not want to do it, or at least me, it makes me not want to do it, because it's like so much, and you see how much further you have to go the whole time. So the way I approached the second episode was basically take one shot at a time. It's already I did the shot list. Yeah, I did the shot list, and I think it was about 55, 56, something like that. It might be in the 60s, because I think I had to redo the numbers, the shots for the flashback sequence that I'm on, and I think it boosted the number up. But it's like 60 shots, not counting B-roll. I don't think I counted B-roll in the script, so it may be somewhere closer to 70 something. I have to look at it again. I don't want to bring it up. I don't like. I'm getting ready to not clock out, but like log off everything. So 50 something shots. I think the flashback sequence started at shot 5 or 6. So it got a pretty long way to go. pretty long way to go, to say the least. But the flashback sequence is almost done. I don't think I showed where it's headed in this one. Like the first recording, I revealed so much. I'm trying to keep it it's not secret, as I don't want to spoil anything. It's not going to look the exact same as how I'm animating it anyway, because I have to edit afterwards. But even still, I just don't want to reveal all the stuff that I've already done, because I think it's better if you see it when it's ready. But I will be doing more recordings like this, so you can see like the drawing process and all that stuff. That's if you, I'm gonna do it regardless if you if you like it or not, because when I started doing this, I was like, I should probably document the process, because I can look at it for myself later. And then I thought about it, like, oh, well, why not make a series out of it? And that's Making Magus. So that's what this is. Just a shot, like how I do it, because I can look back on it later, see if I can streamline the method, make it a little faster. I don't know. All types of stuff. So as far as this recording goes, I'm done with the line part. Sort of done with the line part. I still have to do in-betweens. I'll go back and do those before I color it. And then I have to do the background, which for this shot shouldn't be as bad, because why is it? Oh, because it's a pretty simple background. It's just a flat plane. But yeah, that's about it for this one. So I guess I will catch you guys in the next one.